Hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is Scott Kidd. I'm here with a friend of mine, Cornelius Cannon, and he is the expert on crowdfunding. He has his own portal where he can crowdfund. And thanks for coming here, Cornelius. Glad to see you again. Tell us a little bit about your background and stuff, how you got to crowdfunding.
My journey kind of came just like many people in this industry, trying to find a way to get financial freedom of this sort, right? We heard about real estate, we heard about apartments, we heard about so many different things. My background actually started I was one of the guys who actually put out banner signs. The We Buy House sign, I was a wholesaler, right? At 3 o'clock in the morning, putting out banner signs, trying to flip these properties and so forth. Real estate agent trying to do a lot more of it. And one thing about it is I learned that those was one of those, if you don't move your feet, you don't eat. So it was like basically creating another job. It's like I made some money, but also it was still the struggle trying to find this financial freedom that everybody talks about, right? How to get this passive income money coming in over and over again. That led me to involving in multifamily investing, apartment investing, right? Being apartments, because I understood how a house get rented, so I pay your rent, but how can I do that more? I didn't want to have a lot of houses. How can I have one big unit and have multiple people paying me multiple times a month? Went to a 3-day workshop, bought a course, so forth, coaching program, and it seemed very simple. First, you find a good deal, right? Talk to brokers, talk to sellers, and try to find a good deal. Make sure the numbers work. So I spent hours with software, spreadsheets, trying to make sure the number work. Then you go out and network, try to raise capital for the deal. For weeks and months, I was doing those back and forth. And you know what happened? I just got a deal on contract. And Texas Arcana, a place I never heard of before, but I got a deal on contract. But I was excited, man. I was so excited to go through the walkthrough and do all the stuff, pay all the money, the down payment. And I was so excited because I thought this was my big key. But then something else happened to me. I had that oh crap moment. I'm gonna pay this $30 million in 30 days, right? Like this, what to do now? So I went back to my coach at the time, trying to ask what's going. He said, well, ask people in the community. A lot of people there was just like me, trying to just starting out. So like, they didn't really know what to do. Then I went to my family and friends, trying to ask them. They like, hey, great idea, so forth, but they really didn't have a lot of money to help me as well. Then I started going out to network events, trying to do all this kind of stuff, trying to raise capital. And what happened was, in that time period, I didn't make any time. And I had to cancel my contract. It felt devastating. It felt like, what did I do wrong? It felt like everybody else I knew was actually getting these deals, but why did I couldn't do it what they was doing as well? In my downfall, I kind of came across the marketing guy called Russell Brunson and teaching me about how that you gotta get the capital first before then go shopping for the deal. So I started studying about marketing and so forth, and it really kind of opened my eyes about, call it the ACS method, right? Attract investors, create a list of what they're looking for, and go shopping for what they want. And I started doing that, and it allows me to get far more deals because of why I had the capital. So now I knew what to buy and what to look for, and that kind of helps me doing that. But that worked for a short period of time. But then I realized that when you're dealing with raising capital, a lot of legal hoops come involved, right? And usually the good deals are usually for people who have, they call accredited investors, who have more than $1 million in net worth. Now I do the studies by 80% of America is not accredited investors. So not 80% of America don't see these deals at all. So I'm like this, how can I get them involved? I know more of them than I know of these right here. Then everybody's going after the same pretty girl at the prom. So I started looking for other options to kind of get more people involved. And that led me to crowdfunding. And crowdfunding has been around for a while because we see crowdfunding all the time with charities, and also how can I apply it for real estate? And I started studying so forth. And we actually kind of into legal guidelines as we created our portal. And now we help other people raise capital through our portal through real estate by using crowdfunding.
That's excellent. So you ran into the same thing that I did, where I was told that if I find the great deal, everything will come. But it was the same kind of thing. I found the deals, went shopped it around to people, and they said, well, yeah, that's a good deal. Good luck.
But the money didn't follow, right? The money did not follow.
Money did not follow. Nothing came. It was nothing but crickets after that. I kind of, same like yourself, I focused on trying to figure out how to find the capital. Because if you go into a room and you have that point exactly, if you go into a room and say you have 10 deals, everybody will say, oh, that's great, you have 10 deals. But if you go in there and say you have 10 million to deploy, everybody's going to talk to you, and you're going to get the pick of the litter as far as the deals and stuff. And that seems to be more of the case, especially in the last couple of years. Capital has been a little bit different of a struggle. There's now more deals coming than capital. So crowdfunding, I think, is a unique niche. Where do you think that fits in with multifamily real estate, commercial real estate, and other businesses?
So I think one thing we currently get thrown around a lot is deals, right? Deals. What's a deal? Deal. And the thing about it is deals, well, a deal for you may not be a deal for me. Well, a deal for me, it might be a deal for neither one of us. So you may have good deals, but the question is a good deal for who? And I think that as we get in this space, we have the deals are created. How do we create the deals, make it good for both parties, right? Y'all say a win-win-win. You'll probably hear back in the day, make it win-win-win for everybody, right? What about it is is when you come into real estate, like I said, the thing about Reg C of crowdfunding, it caps at $5 million per year. Now what this does is it allows you to add on other ways of raising capital. Like right now we got a couple offerings on our portal where they raising 17 million. They put 5 million in Reg CF and the other 12 million in the Reg Ds for accredited investors. Now what they do is the strategy is say, hey, everybody can invest in this deal, but however we incentivize you to invest more to go to our Reg C, the Reg D route. So it allows you to raise unlimited amount of capital. That way that you can get your family and friends in the 5 millions, or you can have the big investors say, hey, invest lesser amount, test me out, see that I'm good, then invest more later on. It allows you to play in this space in the social world because as we live now in the digital world, right? I mean, like think 10 years ago, well, we could do this, but I feel like 10 years, like example, right now you're not talking in two different states of two different time zones, different states. We can be different countries. So it allows you to spread your word faster and get a bigger audience. So it's like how to capture that now. So it allows you to capture more people and also allows people to actually invest in you, to trust you first, then build up as well. So you can play a different vehicle because I think that we become deal makers, deal creators. How can we create more deals? How can we create a better opportunity for the overall person, right? How can I gain trust but also eliminate skepticism? Sometimes trust is measured. It's not, do I trust you or not? It's about how much do I trust you? Do I trust you $100,000 worth? Do I trust you $10 worth, right? How much do I trust you to make this deal happen? And it allows you to increase that trust if need be, or allows you to enter market that you to meet people you never invested in before. I think that as we get more in competitive world, it's like the survival of the fittest. The people who better will survive. It's like figure out a way how to survive in the economy or in this market, whatever market you in.
Yeah, I see that just by you explaining that, it kind of offers, especially the sponsor, more options, also kind of more reach, because people might be not quite accredited investors, but they might be later. You know, they could come in also, they might not they might trust you $5,000 worth, but not 500,000. So they might want to just put 5,000 in and see, hey, let's see how this goes with Cornelius for a little bit. Then next time we'll do more. So I think that's an easier sell or an easier thing for people. So it offers the sponsor a lot more options. So I think it's a great, unique thing that can only really be benefit because it also, you know, for me, even though I work for a lot of these large real estate guys on the yachts and stuff, I didn't know that, you know, it was a bunch of them pooling their money together. I thought it was just one guy buying the whole thing, but I didn't know that's how it worked. But now that I know that, you know, even the large deals are still probably kept under wraps for the most part. But now it makes it available to where you and I and other people that we know, we can put together crowdfunding, accredited investors, and buy smaller properties and get larger and stuff. So it allows for a lot more growth. And where do you see it going from here? Because it's kind of just in the infancy. Not a lot of people are utilizing crowdfunding, especially for real estate.
I see it's changing because of I think a lot of people are trying to go to funds, housing money. I think that is great if you have a good amount of deal flow or you know what they want. Because if you get a fund, get my money, you don't have a deal, what happens? That money start going down, right? And because while you got fees, you got things, and people want more money than they gave you back, right? So now you have the pressure as an operator to get into a bad deal or a deal that you probably didn't want to get into before. It allows you to be patient and be methodical about your steps as you start to get into these long-term deals. When you're dealing with retail investors, you're dealing with moms, pa's, you're dealing with grandmother and so forth. You're dealing with people future. They investing for themselves. So they investing into you because they think that you can help them out with their result. And the thing about it is if you don't treasure that or hold that valuable, then for sure that's when a lot of times people, so this kind of go in second hand. You hear a lot in this space of like, don't deal with non-accredited investors. And I say that I want to bring that up because of crowdfunding, you do deal with a lot of non-accredited investors. But the reason why they say don't deal with non-accredited investors is because of, if you can imagine, a non-accredited investor mean they made less than $200,000 a year, so forth, whatever guidelines they do, right? Now, most of these deals require $100,000 or $50,000 to invest in. Now, if I give you half of my yearly income and you don't call me back, right? You're not speaking on, or I'm not getting all that my $100,000 because why? I have taxes and other stuff to account for. So if I give you more than half my income and you don't call me back, of course I'm gonna call you because why? I need my money going on. So I mean, so it allows you to play in a game where you're not taking majority of the income away from them. That mindset is like, yes, you're not taking a large portion. So that's why I think with that concept, it allows you to eliminate that belief.
Yeah, that's really true because I mean, it really just depends on the person. And granted, there's a lot more non-accredited investors than there are accredited. And the thing is too, is there's an education gap, especially with, you know, non-accredited investors, because financial literacy literacy as of today is pretty low. A lot of people don't know that you can do these things or how money works, or and all those things. And that's why we do these programs and stuff like that, so that people can learn more about these things. In that, it allows them more options and opportunities that they can expose themselves to, and then they'll say, hey, well, let me check that out. And if it's 5,000 or 10,000 for crowdfunding, that'd be an easier sell. If somebody makes 100,000 a year and they give you 5,000, they might not really, they might not even call you, but if it's like you said, if it's 50,000, they're going to probably call you and want to know what's going on, because that's a lot of money to them. It's all relative. Are there any particular types of businesses or types of real estate assets that you're focusing on right now that you think are a good fit for crowdfunding?
I think that the thing about it, the one thing that makes crowdfunding worse is having a crowd. We use the terms how to take ideas to impact. I think that we all want to be impactful of some things. Even with real estate, we try to impactful community. We do value add communities. And many times people come up with an idea for our businesses, trying to come up hey, this innovational idea. So how to get capital for that. And I think that I truly think as a human society, being a human society, that we want to do good and we want to do well. And we want to be a part of something that's bigger. We can help somebody else's dreams out, so far, or be a part of somebody's dream, we willing to invest because we feel like it's our dream as well. Like if I can help evolve a community, if I can help be a part of the Nest, help launch the Nest out. So many things are being innovated and people want to be a part of these movements because why they understand this is what we live in, right? Investing is now becoming part of your everyday life, right?
Yes.
Because to walk by an apartment and say apartment building, have people part of apartment building, or the teachers having the understanding that they own part of the apartments that students go live in, right? Yeah. Or the police officers, police community, like I have investments in these communities go run a little more smoothly than others. So I think that's true community development. I think that as we live in this America, if you will, right, or any communities, we want to see advancements. We got to a point in life that we want to take ownership and be a part of something bigger. There's some people who say, I want to be a part of the change.
That's so true, because I was just thinking that this could be very impactful just in any community that needs to build themselves up or needs more. They can take it upon themselves and crowdfund, building up the area, building up, the schools, building up the apartments, and a few $1,000s each, say there's 1,000 people in the community. That's quite a lot of money that will have an impact. I think this is just in its infancy. And I think would love to discuss this more, and find out, more about this. With that, how can people get in touch with you and find out more about what you're about and more about crowdfunding?
If you want to find out more about me or what we're doing about crowdfunding, you can go to trycrowdfunding.com. That's TRY crowdfunding.com is where you want to see a lot of social media. We're doing a lot the website and a lot of communities involvement, a lot of education around it, just to get people involved, because the first step we try to do is we try to provide the education, the accountability, and also the resources to help you be successful of raising capital or using crowdfunding.
Well, that's excellent, Cornelius. I really appreciate you coming and having this talk. I mean, we could probably go on for a long time, but appreciate you coming here and appreciate everyone else to learn more about this. So just reach out to him and find out.